It's Ben, I've got schizophrenia. Today I want to talk about one of my delusions. And one of my delusions is that I get pushed about left or right and centre if I don't do everything pretty much perfect. Now, when I was in Scotland, I got asked to move my house. They tried to strong arm me to get employed. So they said, yeah, you can volunteer for another year. And this was like 6 months prior to my contract was ending for the year. So they're like, oh yeah, you can stay for another year. The house really likes you. Everything's really good. Great. And then like 3 weeks before the year was up and I was going to start my, it was technically my 3rd year of volunteering. They said, oh, I just need to talk to you in the office. I was all right. They said, oh, you can't volunteer for the next year. I was like, what, in 3 weeks? Yeah, we, for whatever reason, we can't have any more volunteers. I was like, well, you run on volunteers, aren't you? Yeah, but not long-term volunteers. I was like, right. But we want to employ you. We're really happy with you. We want to employ you. But that means you wouldn't be a volunteer. And I was like, well, that's not really what I want. So I looked somewhere else. So they tried to strong. And then when I found somewhere else, they're like, oh, you can volunteer for 6 months. But the other place said I wouldn't be able to go there after the 6 months. So I was like, well, it's strange how I can't volunteer, but now I can. But anyway, so I went to this new place and then everything was great. The house coordinator I was with, absolutely, like, she kept on saying to us, oh, I want you to stay for another year. Please stay in my house. Absolutely great. She sang the same song the whole time. And then right at the end, like, of the year, she kind of said, oh, Ben, can I speak to you? I'd like you, I'm thinking maybe it'd be best if you go to another house. And I was like, okay, why? Oh, I think there could be problems in the future. I was like, well, we've not had one bad word. We've always got on with each other. You've praised us the whole time. I just feel like there's could be problems. I was like, well, you said that you weren't happy with me being vegan, so I then turned to be vegetarian, like most people in the house. Oh, yeah, I was really grateful when you done that. I was really grateful. Well, that kind of proves that I'm not problematic when I've changed my full diet, even though it was a big decision to do so. And then also the guy that I was working with in the house, me and him were like, I got on with him at work and great, but we weren't friends outside. He was very boundaried and he was raging. He proper kicked off and he was like, it's not right, you've worked your socks off, you've been the best worker, you get on with all the guys. I would take the guys out on my days off, like the people I was working with, special needs. And yeah, like, I don't think there was absolutely any reason for me to be pushed away. Like, she couldn't give us a reason, and then she was like, oh, I just don't know, there's something. And I was like, that's a lot of bullshit. But I was like, okay, I won't make it hard, I'll go to another house. Went to another house, and then there was like this was a bit of this was even more ridiculous than that. Then after 3 months working there, a few months working there, everything was great. Oh, like, you're a good worker, get on with the guys, everything's fantastic. And then the house coordinator just started lying about stuff, like stuff she didn't need to lie about. I was like, oh, I wrote down on the board kiwis, did you get any? Oh no, there was no kiwis. But even though I went to the shop, like our local shop that we had on site, and there was just full of kiwis because I got one. And then I was like, a bed I was going to order, because the bed literally like had like the mattress had like springs coming up, so like I was like, every time I was waking up in the morning I would have like marks on my back because the springs. And the first week she said, oh, which one do you want? So I picked like one and I was like, oh, that would be great. Oh, okay, I'll order it, I'll get it approved, and by like the community, and then we'll get it ordered. Okay. And then like the week after, one of the guys I work with is in the community. It's like, oh, we approved your bed today. I was like, oh, mattress. I was like, oh, great. And then 5 weeks later it happened, and I was like, right. I was like, what's happening with this mattress? Oh no, the community hasn't approved it yet. And this was like the 5th or 6th time she lied, and I just had enough of it. So I was like, no. Simon said to me 5 weeks ago that you approved it on that meeting. Oh yeah, but we haven't picked the mattress. I was like, no, we picked it on the first week. It was like it was John Smithson, whatever. We picked it, and we picked the specific one. And she's just constantly lying, and I don't know why she would lie. I think, and I just worked out really quick that she was bought and paid for. She would lie about anything. She would sell her grandmother down the river for a fiver. One of them people, just not a good person, even though she comes across like nice and bubbly. And then she said to us, "Oh Ben, I'd like to have a meeting about like your rota, because your rota, like you're working, you're taking like whatever, and would like to talk about it." I was like, okay. So I went into the meeting, and then the meeting was like, "Oh yeah, Ben, I'd like you to leave the house." And I was like, "Eh? I thought you wanted us to move." And I was like, "Why?" "Because I'm not spiritual enough, because I never lit the candle in the morning." Like, oh my God. I was like, "What?" She was like, "Oh yeah, you never lit the candle in the morning. You do the job good. You're like, you doing everything. You take all the guys to the appointments. You're doing this, you're doing that, but you never lit the candle in the morning." And a lot of the people I worked with were so angry. And like, obviously, my delusion, I'm in a game. And a lot of them were just like, "This isn't right. This isn't real life. Like, you work so hard, you work so good, you get on with everyone great. And there's no need for you to getting pushed out just because you never lit a candle." And a lot of people I worked with were just so pissed off about it. And I was a bit annoyed at the time, but to be honest, I'm not asked no more. Like, if I get pushed off from where I'm at for not lighting a candle, it doesn't really bother us, because I've got a good plan what I'm going to do next. I'm going to buy a bit of land. I'm going to start being a egg farmer, and I'm going to start renovating houses. And I'll volunteer online, speak to people, and I'll volunteer in the community, be a firefighter or whatever. That's not a problem. So it's, in my eyes, in the UK, it was very, very, like, I would say corrupt in that sense. That's how I felt in the game fit mode. For getting pushed on for not lighting a candle, and then the other time not even having an excuse, and then the other time just being strong-armed not to be a volunteer. Like, there's a string of events that just shouldn't have really happened, and the people that I worked with were very, very vented out, and they were very angry, and borderline basically saying you're in a corrupt game and this isn't real life. But I was kind of like, when I was coming out here, I was thinking, I hope that doesn't happen. But now it doesn't even bother us, because I'm just going to be who I am. I'm a good worker. I get on with people. And if I get asked to leave anywhere I'm at, not a problem. See you later. Because I know I've got a good plan. I've got money behind us that I've worked for. And I've got an income stream. And I can go anywhere. I've just got a backpack. I've got no ties at all. My houses in the UK are sorted, they're rented out, and I can literally just move from here I could go to the Azores, buy a bit of land, and I could set myself up a little farm. And it's hard for them to start pushing us out on my own farm. Probably I'll start selling eggs, but that egg isn't that spiritual, so I'm not going to buy any more of your eggs. But nah, I think Portugal, it's like, so far in the game feeding mode, in my delusion, I've been given a really fair shot so far. And I felt like that the last time I was in Portugal, but in the UK, it was just like, I had a lot of, like, this feeds into my delusions a bit, but I had a lot of people close to us just saying, "You're just being edited in a negative way constantly, and it's not fair. They're just trying to make you look like someone that you're not, and why?" And yeah, I've written a book which I'm about to publish soon, which will go into that. But that's one of my delusions, guys, and that's life with schizophrenia in the game. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.